Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. We got some racing back on the channel with red, white, and blue. We are doing the 1992 race number 11 at Dover Downs International Speedway. And let's get down to the starting grid here. You got Brett Bodine in that Quaker State Ford on the pole. On the outside pole, you got Mark Martin in that number 6 Valvoline. Starting third is one of the Waltrip boys, Mike Waltrip, starting third in the 30, starting fourth, DW in the 17, starting fifth, Brett's older brother, Jeffrey Bodine, starting sixth, Ken Schrader in the 25, seventh, Morgan Shepherd in the 21, eighth, Bill Elliott in the 11, Ernie Irvin starting ninth in the 4, starting 10th, Sterling Marlin in the 22, starting 11th rather in the 10 car, Derek Cope starting 12th, Jimmy Hensley in the 66, 13th will be Ricky Rudd in the 5, 14th Rusty Wallace in the 2, Harry Gant starting 15th in the 33. The Petties are back to back here. Cal Petty starting 16th and the King Richard starting 17th. You got Texas Terry Labonte 18th. You got Dave Marcus 19th. You got Dick Trickle starting 20th. Davey Allison 21st. Rick Mass 22nd. Hut Strickland 23rd. Dale Earnhardt 24th. Chad Little 25th. Ted Musgrave 26th. Greg Sachs 27th. Dale Jarrett 28th. Bobby Hamilton 29th. Wally Dallenbach Jr. 30th. Jimmy Horton 31st. Jimmy Smut Means 32nd. Mike Porter 33rd. Jerry O'Neill 34th. Andy Belmont 35th. Jerry Hill 36th. Last week's winner, Alan Kowicki 37th. John McFadden 38th. 39th is James Hilton, and shotgun starting last is going to be Mike Skinner in that 13. Let's get down to the track, and Brett Bodine will lead us to the green flag here to start this Dover Downs Speedway, the Budweiser 500. Here we go. And we'll have top group of Reflex. So it'll take a 4, 5, or 6 to beat Brett Bodine. First up's Ken Schrader. 3-3, not going to happen. And you got Jeffrey Bodine, 2 chances here to get the lead. Let's see what Jeffrey can do in that Bud Moore 15. 4-1 ain't happening. Gets another shot though. And he gets little brother Jeffrey Bodine puts that in Bud Moore, number 15, in the lead here in turn number 1. Next up is DW trying to get the lead. It'll take a 5 or 6 to get Jeffrey Bodine. 3-4 ain't happening. And the last one, Mark Martin with a shot here at the lead. And a 4-6. Mark Martin gets the lead here in turn number 1. Gets that Valvoline Ford up front. Alrighty, we go to turn number 2. A lot of passing here early. See what happens here. We got a top group. We got 2 problems and a smart quality. See who's smart here. First up is Morgan Shepherd smart. It'll take a 5 or 6 to get Mark Martin. And a 1-3 ain't happening. Brett Bodine trying to retake the lead. A 6-1 ain't happening. How about little Mikey? Can Michael Waltrip get the lead here? 4-4 ain't happening. And now, first up, we got poor James Hilton. He'll be the first car out of the race. He blows up. James Hilton in 39th. He's not going to finish this race. And so does John McFadden. He blows up too. He'll finish 39th. Sure. Not a good second lap there for the guys in the rear with the gear. McFadden and James Hilton out of the race. Alrighty, we go to turn number 3. And we got a duel, number 5 car in the top group. Brett Bodine going after his brother. Uh-oh, some brotherly love. See what happens here. Can he get the job done? Takes a 4 for him. He does. Puts old Jeffrey in a bad spot. Can Jeffrey hold on to the car here? How's it going, Keith? Alrighty, so to take a escape of 9, any modifiers? No, so a 9 for Jeffrey, not direct. An 8, he's good. Brett Bodine gets second place, puts his brother in a bad situation, but he holds on. Here we go, turn number 4. And we got another top group. This time it is Star in the top group. And Morgan Shepherd going after Mark Martin. This time it only takes a 4 to beat him. 4-2, nope. Ken Schrader going after Mark Martin. 4-1, nope. How about Jeff Bodine trying to get back up in the lead here? 3-4, he gets him. Jeff Bodine puts that Bud Moore Motorcraft car back up front here on turn number 4. All righty. Michael Waltrip going after the lead here. We got a 2-4, and it only took takes a 4 to get it. And Mikey puts that Pontiac up front for the first time. How about that? That Pennzoil Pontiac's up front. Brett Bodine, a pole sitter with a chip. And Star, it only takes a 4 to get him without using the chip. 3-3-3, the only thing that could happen to him, not to get the lead. Brett Bodine has a problem with triple threes. Let's see what kind of problem he's got here. 26. Electrical problem, roll for repair. So it is early in the race. And let's see, with a problem, it's a 9 minus 1, so an 8. He needs an 8 to stay in this race. And a 10, he doesn't. That Quaker State Ford, Kenny Bernstein, has electrical problems and falls out of the race. Battling for the lead. Ain't that a shame? So Brett Bodine will finish 38th. So he moves up here to the top and middle groups. First up is Mr. Bill Elliott driving that Budweiser Ford, trying to win this race for his sponsor. He moves up to the top group. So he moves up here to the middle group now. First chance is Dick Trickle in that Snickers car as we lose the dice. No, Dick doesn't. How about Davey Allison and a Haviland Ford? Yes, he moves up to 19th. Everybody else just moves up. We only have 37 cars still running here at the Monster Mile. Miles the Monster's done collected 3 cars here. All righty, we go to turn number 5 now. See what happens here. And we got a middle group of Reflex in the middle group. First up's Davey Allison. He just got up there trying to go from the rear to the front here. And a 2-2-6. He gets DW and goes from 19th up to 33rd. Not bad. Davey putting that Ford up front. Here's Dave Marcus in that 71 Chevy. See what he can do. 1-5-3. And Bill, no, not Bill. It'll be Morgan Shepherd. He doesn't hold him off. Dave Marcus goes from 18th up to 6th. Movers and comers all of a sudden here. Next up is Terry Labonte in that Sitco. And a 2-2-5. 1, 2, 3, 4. He gets Davey. Davey doesn't stay up to 3rd long. He drops back to 17th as Terry Labonte gets up there. Here's the King. Like to see the King get up front here. This is his last season. Announced his retirement. A 1-5-5. He does. He goes from 16th to 6th. Dave Marcus doesn't stay there very long. How about his son, Cow Petty? Doesn't have reflex. How about Handsome Harry Gant? 156. The king don't stay there long. Harry puts that Oldsmobile up to 6th. Next up is Rusty Wallace. That Miller Genuine Draft Pontiac. A 166. He gets Bill Elliott. Goes from 13th up to 7th. How about that? Ricky Rudd, Ironhead himself. See what he can do. Not with a 6, he's not going nowhere. Derek Cope's next. A 336. He gets Mark Martin, who was just leading this race. Mark drops back to 10th, Cope up to 4th. And that's it. We go to turn number 6 here with your leader, Mikey Waltrip, in that Penzo Pontiac. We got a top group of reflex. See if some of these guys that just got up there can get the lead. It only takes a 3 to beat Mikey. Here comes Rusty. 5. Yes, 5-3. He gets Mikey. How about that? Rusty puts that deuce up front here on turn number 6. A lot of lead changes here early. And it only takes a 4 to beat Rusty. Here comes Handsome Harry Gant. 3-3, not happening. How about Ken Schrader in that Kodiak car? 4-4, he gets him. 25 car up front for the first time today. A lot of lead changes. Here comes Derek Cope. Takes a 4 to get Ken Schrader. 5, though. Derek only has a 3. Here comes Texas Terry. 4-6. He gets the job done. Gets that Sunoco car up front. Darn. Look at this. Only 50 miles into this race, and we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lead changes already. Sure. Here comes Jeffrey Bodine. 2 chances to get that Ford back up front. It'll take a 6, though, to get the job done. 6-6. Not going to happen with the red 6. And a 2-4. Terry Labonte held him off. We go to our first pit stop of the race here. See what happens here. Be a top group 4 and 5 switch. And we'll move Mr. Hensley up since nobody else will get a chip in the middle group. And let's grab a few chips back here and see if anybody can get some chips on fast pits in the top group. First up is our leader, Mr. Labonte. What's he need for a fast pit? He needs an 8. He gets it with a 6. Jeff Bodine needs a 7. He gets it with a 4. Ken Schrader needs a 7. He barely gets it. Gets a 7 on the dot. Gary Cope needs a 6. He gets it with a 5. Handsome Harry needs a 9. He gets it with a 3. Grab some more chips. Pit crews are doing good early here. Alrighty, Rusty needs an 8. He gets it with a 5, and Michael needs a 6. And he doesn't get it. He's the only one in the top group that doesn't get a chip. How about that? Everybody else, pit crew did a great job on the first pit stop. Okay, let's see if anybody can get Terry out of the pits here. How about Michael? Terry will use his chip, hold him off, and we go to turn number 8. You got Terry Labonte in the lead, followed by Jeff Bodine, Schrader, Cope 4th, Gant 5th, Rusty Wallace 6th, Michael Waltrip 7th, Hensley 8th, Ernie Irvin 9th, and rounding out your top 10, Sterling Marlin. Turn number 8. How's it going, Tim? And we got a middle group of TV in the middle group. First up is DW in that 17 Western Auto Parts. See if he can get back up front. 3-2-3. And Ken Schrader will use his chip, hold him off. Morgan Shepherd trying to get back up there. See what he can do. And that Woods Brothers Sitco Ford 5 ain't going to get it done for him. Here comes Awesome Bill from Dawsonville. A 136. He'll make Derek Cope burn his chip. And you got Ernie Irvin, Swerving Irvin in that Kodak car, 144. And Harry Gann will have to burn his chip. Here's Mr. Hensley with a chip. A 316. So he gets him. And they'll both burn their chips, but Hensley takes over second place from Jeffrey Bodine. Goes from 8th up to 2nd. And that's it for turn number 8. On to turn number 9. And we got a middle group this time. Trouble. Uh-oh, here we go. Trouble in the middle group. See what happens here. Jeff Bodine needs a 9 to escape this mess. He gets it. Ernie Irvin needs a 6. He doesn't. Ernie Irvin is involved in the wreck. Next up is Sterling Marlin, needs an 8. He gets it. Next up is Mr. Martin, and that 6 car needs an 8. He gets it. How about Ricky Rudd? He needs a 9 in that 5 car. He barely gets it. Bill Elliott needs a 10 to escape this mess. He gets it. Mr. Marcus needs an 8. He barely gets it. Davey Allison needs a 7 to escape. He barely gets it. Sure. The King needs a 7. He doesn't get it. The King's involved in a wreck. Ain't that a shame? How about Kyle Petty? Can he make it through with an 8? No. The Petty's, both of them's involved in the wreck. Morgan Shepherd needs a 7. He barely gets it. And last but not least is DW. Can he make it through with a 5? He sure does. So we got 3 cars involved in a wreck. So 2 cautions laps will come out. Move everybody up and see if these cars can get fixed and back out on the track. Has Monster Miles done his job and knocked 3 more cars out of this race. Alrighty. Kyle Petty needs a 10 -1, right? Yeah, -1, and we're still early in this race, so he needs a 9. Stay in the race, and he doesn't get it. The 42 car will finish 37th. Petty out of the race. Can the King get that STP Pontiac back in the race? And the King needs a 8, and he gets it. He's back in the race. Ernie Irvin needs a 7 to stay in the race, and he barely gets it. So the only one collected, not able to finish, is poor Kyle Petty. And that'll take us to turn number 12 here at Dover. 50-turn race here. Turn 12, we'll have a duel. It'll be the 4 cars in the middle group. Shepherd and Davey, they'll both give it a try here. First up is Shepherd, needs a 4. He gets it, puts Jeff Bodine in a bad spot. And we're going to get a chip. Davey going after Sterling Marlin. A 6, Davey doesn't make it. So first up is Jeffrey Bodine, needs a 9 not to wreck. An 8, he makes it through. And Davey needs a 7 not to wreck. And he makes it through. We go to turn number 13. Is it going to be lucky for somebody here? And it's going to be the first bottom group, and there's a problem in the bottom group. And let's see who it is back here. It's poor Jerry Hill. 56 car of Hill blows up, will finish 36th. Everybody moves up. So turn 13 wasn't too lucky for Hill. Here we go to turn number 14. Hey, how's it going, Alan? And we got another top group. This time we got Reflex in the top group. First up is Rusty with a chip. Takes a 6 to beat Terry, but he's got the chip. 5-6. He gets it done without using the chip. Rusty putting that Pontiac up front. Alrighty, here comes Harry Gann after him. It only takes a 4 to get Rusty, but he's got the chip. 1-1 ain't getting the job done. Derek Cope coming after him in that Purelator. Number 10, 2-2 ain't getting it done. Matter of fact, that's triples. Poor Derek Cope's got a problem. What kind of problems Derek Cope having that Purelator car? He's got an engine problem. And it's still early in the race here. So it'll take a 6 for Derek to stay in the race. And he doesn't. The 10 car will fall out of the race with engine problems. Derek Cope will finish 35th. Alrighty, next up is Ken Schrader going after Rusty in that Miller Genuine Draft Pontiac. A 4-4, so Rusty will have to use his chip. Hensley doesn't have Reflex, so Rusty will hold on to the lead. See who moves up to this middle and top and middle group. It's not Mr. Shepard. It'll be Sterling Marlin moving up to the top group. And let's see if Earnhardt can move up here to the middle group. No, he can't. How about Chad Little? Chad Little in that 9 John Deere. Nothing runs like a deer. Moves up. And that leaves us with 34 cars still running. You got Rusty Wallace leading this race. Jimmy Hensley second. Schrader third. Gant fourth. Labonte fifth. Waltrip Michael Type sixth. Marlin 7, Shepard 8th, 9th Martin and Ricky Rudd running out your top 10. We go to turn number 15. Here we go. We got another top group of Star this time in the top group. Sterling Marlin going after Rusty. Only takes a 3 to get Rusty this time. Can he put that Maxwell House Ford up front? 3-6. Yes, he does. Junior's happy. Gets that Junior Johnson Ford up front. Here on turn number 15. A lot of lead changes here at the Monster. Michael Waltrip trying to get back up front. Can he do it? Takes a 5 to beat him. A 3-6. He sure can. Mikey gets that Pennzoil Pontiac back up front. Terry Labonte trying to get the lead back too. He's been up front. And not with a 5, he doesn't. Here comes handsome Harry Gant. And let's see here. We got a 6-4 ain't going nowhere. Ken Schrader. Ken Schrader with a 6-2 ain't going nowhere, and that's it. Here we go, turn number 16. And we got another top group, and this time we're going to have a problem after this skill check. So it only takes a 3 to get Michael. Here's Rusty. A 3-2. No, he holds him off. Sterling Marlin trying to get back up there. And a 4-4. He gets it. Sterling puts that Maxwell House Ford back up front. Nobody wants to lead here at the Monster Mile. Crazy race. Darn, Alan, 2 years. I thought it was a long time. It's been about a month since I played. That's a long time for me, sure. Next up is handsome Harry Gant. 1-2, not going nowhere. Ken Schrader takes a 5 to beat Sterling. 1-4. Nope. And last one's Hensley. Mr. Hensley, get up there. A 4-5. And he does. How about that? Jimmy Hensley puts that 66 Carol Yarborough Ford up front. Like I say, nobody wants to keep the lead. We go to the second pit stop of the race. Oh, that's right. We had a problem. Who has the problem here? Poor Andy Belmont in that 59 car blows up. He'll finish 34th. Belmont's out of the race. And that'll leave 33 cars running. Okay, here we go with the pit stops. And it'll be both groups, top and middle, 1 and 4 switch spots. Alrighty, let's grab a handful of chips here, since it's both groups. Okay, first up will be Mr. Hensley here. See if he can get a chip. 7. No, he can't. Needed a 6. Terry needs an 8. He gets a chip. Ken Schrader needs a 7. He gets one with a 6. Gant needs a 9. He barely gets a 9. Sterling Marlin needs an 8. He doesn't get one. Mike needs a 6. Doesn't get one. Rusty needs an 8. He doesn't get one. Jeff Bodine needs a 7. He barely gets one. How about DW? He needs an 8. He gets one. Ricky Rudd needs an 8. He barely gets it. Bill Elliott needs a 10. He gets one. Dave Marcus needs a 5. He doesn't get one. Dave Allison needs a 10. He gets one. Grab some more. Let's grab some more chips here. Mark Martin needs a 9. Or no, first Morgan Shepherd, see if he can get another chip. Needs a 7. Nope, he doesn't get another chip. Mark Martin needs a 9. He gets another chip. Dick Trickle needs a 7. He gets a chip. Rick Mass needs a 6. He doesn't get one. Hutch Strickland needs a 5. He doesn't get one. And last but not least is Chad Little needs a 5. He doesn't get one. So let's rearrange everybody that got chips. And let's see if anybody can beat Jimmy Hensley out of the pits here. And Terry Labonte does. Terry Labonte takes the lead here on turn 17. Puts that Sunoco car back up front on turn 17. Here we go with turn 18 now. Third of the way done this race. And we got a top group of Reflex. So it takes a 6 to beat Terry, and he's got a chip. 5-5 doesn't get it done. Handsome Harry's got a chip. 6-3, he doesn't get him. Let's see if they burn their chip. They don't. Ken Schrader with the chip. 3-2, he doesn't get him. Let's see if they burn their chip. This time they burn their chip. And Mr. Hensley doesn't have Reflex. So Terry holds him off. Turn number 19. Alrighty, turn number 19 is going to be another top group. This time it's Star. Let the stars shine. Takes a 6 to get Terry again. Here comes Michael Waltrip. 5-1, nope. Sterling Marlin. 2-3, nope. Harry Gant doesn't have Star, and the last one in the top with Stars, Ken Schrader. 2-6, Ken Schrader gets that Kodiak Chevy up front. Here on turn number 19. Alrighty, on to turn 20. Getting close to the halfway point. We got a bottom group of Star in the bottom group. First up is the King, trying to get out of the rear with the gear. A 3-3-4. So Dick Trickle uses his chip to hold him off. Next up is Ernie Irvin with a 5-2-3. And Bill's able to hold him off without using his chip. Here comes Mike Skinner with a 2-5-2. And he gets Dave Marcus, goes from 31st up to 16th. Nice job by Mike Skinner. Alan Kowicki's been back here all day. Has he been biding his time, getting close to the halfway point? 3-3-1. And Dave, let's see, it's odd. Morgan's going to hold him off without using his chip. How about Bobby Hamilton in that Country Time Lemonade? 3-4-2. And this time, Dick Trickle goes from 15th back to 24th. Bobby Hamilton gets him. Next up is Dale Jarrett. First, we talked about him in that Interstate Battery. A 4. Nope. How about Mr. Ted Musgrave in that 55 car? A 3-6-4. And he gets Chad Little, goes from 21st up to 19th. Earnhardt, haven't heard much out of him today. Let's see what he can do with a 3-3-4. And Morgan will hold him off using his chip. And that's it for turn 20. On to turn 21. And we're back to the bottom group again. This time it's TV. So we just got three TV drivers back here. Ernie Irvin trying to get out of here. A 2-3-4. And Davey will have to use his chip to hold him off. Here comes Alan Kowicki with a 2-6-1. And he gets Hutch Strickland, goes from 30th up to 18th. Knocks poor Hut back. And the last one's Mr. Horton, Horton, Jimmy Horton, with a 1-5-1. And Rick Mass holds him off. On to turn 22. And we got a top group of Reflex and a Problem. First we'll do Reflex. Going after Schrader, it takes a 4 to beat him. 5-3, nope. Harry Gant with a chip. 2-6 gets him without using the chip. That's Harry's first time up front. Here on turn 22. Alrighty, Terry Labonte trying to get the lead back. Takes a 6 to beat Harry, plus he's got a chip. Triple 4s for Terry Labonte. He's got a problem. Not good news for Terry. 55. Odd problem. Unless he's an A or a B, he is. So he doesn't have a problem. And that's it for turn number 22. Turn 23 now. And another top group. Watch, we had a problem too because it was Reflex. So let's do the other problem here. So Dave Marcus also had a problem. What kind of problem did Dave have? A 44. Oil pressure problem. He's an E, and we're in the middle part of the race. So that'll be it for Dave Marcus. He'll finish 33rd. So Dave Marcus is out of the race. That leaves us with 32 cars running. And we got a top group of skill and another problem. So first we'll do the skill. And it's a 256. So Harry Gann will have to use his chip to hold off Rusty. Here's Sterling Marlin. See if he can get the lead back. 160 most certainly does. Sterling gets that Maxwell House car back up front. Here on turn number 23. Okay. Ken Schrader going after Sterling. Takes a 5 or 6 to beat Sterling. 6-1 ain't happening. And Jimmy Hensley trying to get up front with a 4, and that ain't going to happen. 4-4. And we still got the problem here. And it's Jerry O'Neill with a problem. What kind of problems does Jerry O'Neill have? 24. He's got a tire rub, but he'll stay in the race. He'll just drop back to 32nd. Alrighty, here we go. Turn number 24. And we got a rare problem and a problem in the top group. Let's do the rare problem first. A 63, pit error. So we got a pit error, and we got to find out who has the pit error in the top group here. And that'll be Rusty Wallace. He'll drop the whole way back to 32nd. We'll move everybody up here with the pit area. Well, let's roll. We'll roll and see who moves up for this. Jeffrey Bodine moves up. See who moves up here to the middle group. First up is Earnhardt. He moves up. We still got a regular problem to deal with here. Who had the regular problem? And that'll be Jimmy Smut Means with the regular problem. 23. And he has a tire rub. He'll drop to the bottom group unless he's an A or a B, and he's not. So he'll drop back to 32nd. Everybody moves up. And here we are. Turn number 25. Cross flags halfway through this race. With your leader, Sterling Marlin, followed by Jimmy Hensley. Terry Labonte 3rd, Ken Schrader 4th, Harry Gant 5th, Michael Waltrip 6th, Jeffrey Bodine 7th, Darrell Waltrip 8th, Ricky Rudd 9th, and rounding out your top 10 is Bill Elliott. And again, we got a top group, and we got a problem, and smart, and another problem. So we got 2 problems and smart. First smart driver is Michael. Only takes a 4 to get Sterling. And a 2-4, Mikey gets the lead back. I think that's his 3rd time having the lead here. All right, Harry Gant going after Michael. Takes a 4 to beat Michael. 4-6. Handsome Harry's back in the lead for the second time this race. Like I say, a lot of lead changes. The Handsome one here on turn 25. Terry Labonte's smart. Can he get the lead? Take a 6 to beat Harry Gant. That's not happening. And now we got the problems. So the first one with a problem is going to be Jimmy Horton. See what kind of problem he has. A 53. He's got a handling. He'll have to roll for repair. And he's out of the race with the handling problem. The 32 car will finish 32nd. Jimmy Horton's out of the race. And let's see who else is out of the race here. Well, maybe out of the race. That'll be Jimmy Means. See what kind of problem he has had. He had the tire rub. And now he loses his engine, brings out the yellow. And he'll finish 31st. Jimmy Means will in that 52 car. And the yellow comes out for oil on the track. And that'll take us to the pit stops here on turn 27. And we got a middle group 2 and 4 switch. And let's grab some chips and see if anybody in this middle group can get some chips. Some of them already got a few. See what happens here. Might have some drivers back here in this middle group looking pretty after this pit stop. Okay, first up is DW. He needs an 8 to get a second chip. Nope. You got Ricky Rudd needs an 8 also to get a chip. He doesn't. 9. He needed an 8. Mr. Hamilton needs a 6. He doesn't get one. They're not coming through this time. Skinner needs a 5. He gets a chip. Good job by his crew. Can the Woods brothers get Morgan a chip? Yes, they can. How about Jack Roush and that Valvoline team needs a 9? They don't get it. Bill Elliott needs a 10 in that Junior Johnson car. He gets a chip. 2 chips. Bill's looking good. Davey needs a 10. He gets a chip. Rick Mass needs a 6. He doesn't get one. Alan Kowicki needs a 10. He gets one. And Mr. Musgrave needed a 6. He gets one. And Earnhardt, can he get a chip here? Not with a 10, he can't. So we'll move Jeffrey Bodine up. Top group. I'll take over second. I will rearrange everybody that didn't get a chip here. Only 3 cars in the middle group don't have chips. Sure. They came through with flying colors. Some of them already had chips, so. All righty. Now see if anybody can beat Harry Gant out of the pits. And Jimmy Hensley's crew, Carol Yarbrough, and that crew does a good job. Gets Jimmy Hensley back out in front here on turn 27. How many lead changes is that? 20 lead changes so far, and we're just past the halfway mark. On to turn 28. Top group, and it's smart and a problem. First, we'll do the smart, and that's Mr. Labonte. And it only takes a 3 to get Jimmy. 3-4. Terry Labonte gets the lead back here on turn 28. All righty, who else is smart? Michael Waltrip's smart. Takes a 6 to beat Terry, though. 6-5, wrong 6. Harry Gant's got the smart trait and a 5-3, and Jeffrey Bodine with his chip doesn't have smart. Now we see who has the problem here, and it will be Mike Porter has the problem. What kind of problems does Mike Porter have? 21. Cut tire causes a wreck and a yellow flag, and Mike Potter, see if he can fix this car here. He's an E, and we are in the middle part of the race. Take a 4 for Mike to stay in the race. See if he can stay in the race here. Yes, he does. They're able to fix that car. Getting back out on the track. He'll be running 30th. That'll take us to lap 30, turn 30 here. 300 miles here at the Monster Mile. And we got another top group, and we got a problem. And the problem's Mike Porter again. After wrecking, maybe they didn't see something and get it fixed right. And he has a cooling problem, and that will knock him out of the race. Guess there's more damage to that car than they thought. He'll finish 30th. How's it going, Hunter? Alrighty, and here we go. Turn 31. And we got another top group. This time it is trouble in the top group. Uh-oh. Is this going to be the big one at the Monster Mile? Terry needs an 11 to make it through. He gets it. Jeff Bodine needs a 9, and he has a chip. He don't need to use the chip. Gant needs a 9. He doesn't wreck. How about Mikey? He needs a 7. He barely escapes. Schrader needs a 5. No such luck. Ken Schrader's involved in the wreck. Jimmy Hensley needs a 10. And he barely makes it through. And Sterling Marlin needs an 8. And he makes it through. So it was just a 1-car wreck. Everybody will move up here. Puts DW back in the top group. Whoa, just lost the chip here. See if Ken Schrader can get back out in this track. And he needs still in the middle part of the race, he needs a 6 to stay in this race. And he doesn't get it. The 25 car will finish 29th. Monster Mile collects another victim. We're on to turn number 33. And you got Texas Terry Labonte in the lead, Jeff Bodine second, Gant third, Michael Waltrip fourth, Jimmy Hensley fifth, Sterling Marlin sixth, Darrell Waltrip seventh, Ricky Rudd eighth, Mike Skinner ninth, and Morgan Shepherd 10th. And here we go, turn number 33. We got a middle group of TV in the middle group. We got 4 drivers with TV. First up is Bobby Hamilton. And it's a 5. I don't think Bobby's a 5. Nope. Got Alan Kowicki and a chip. A 5.52. And he'll have to use his chip to get Sterling. He'll move up to 6th. Here comes Dave. And Davey don't have TV. Bill does. Awesome Bill from Dawsonville is a TV driver. And a 5.44. He gets Jimmy Hensley without using either one of his chips. So, man, Bill Elliott's been laying back all day. 2 chips up here in the top group looking good. And here comes Morgan Shepherd in that Woods Brothers 21 with a 2-1-2. And Jeffrey Bodine does hold him off. Let's see if they burn their chips here. and they don't. That's it for turn number 33. On to turn 34. And we got a top group with a rare, problem, and a problem. So we'll do the rare problem again in the top group. And we got a 24. Driver flagged for aggressive driving. Move to the bottom group. And that is Mr. Jeffrey Bodine. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Jeffrey Bodine driving aggressively. So he'll move back to 28th. See who moves up here. And we'll find out who the other driver with a problem is. So can Ricky Rudd move up? No. How about Mike Skinner? No. How about Morgan Shepherd? Yes, Morgan Shepherd's moving on up. See who moves up here to the middle group. Alrighty, first up is going to be Mr. Sachs in that 41 car. First we talked about him. He moves on up. Now let's see who has the other problem. Just a regular problem. Jeff Bodine's on the radio. He ain't too happy with NASCAR, that's for sure. And Jerry O'Neill has the problem. What kind of problems he got? A 65. Black smoke from underneath the hood. And that's going to end Jerry's day. It's Jerry O'Neill in that 65 car finished 28th. Alrighty, on to turn number 35. Last third of the race. Almost done here at the Monster Mile. And we got a middle group of Reflex in the middle group. First up is Earnhardt with Reflex. A 2-4-6. He gets Alan Kowicki, goes from 17th up to 5th. Davey Allison's got Reflex and a chip. And he gets a 5-1-5. And he gets up there without using this chip. Knocks Harry Gant back to 12th. Harry's been in that top group a good bit today. Davey Allison's first time being up there. Here's Mark Martin, who's been up front with a chip. And he'll need to use his chip. Let's see here if they'll use their chip. It's Shepard and him. He doesn't make it. See if they burn their chips. They don't. And last one's Ricky Rudd with a chip. A 2-5-6. He gets DW. DW uses his chip and makes Ricky burn his up. So that's it for turn number 35. We go to turn number 36. And again, it's a middle group, and this time it's TV in the middle group. First up is Alan Kowicki with a 4-1-4. And Davey will use his chip to hold Alan off. How about Bobby Hamilton in that Country Time car? Not with a 1, he's not going nowhere. 1-3-1. Mr. Hensley trying to get back up front. Not with a 6, he's not. And last one's DW in that Western Auto Park car. A 3-2-5. And he gets little brother. No brotherly love there. Goes from 8th up to 3rd. Knocks Mikey out of the top 5. Alrighty. Turn 37 pit stop time. And it'll be the top group and 1 and 3 switch spots. We'll rearrange the middle group here with these guys with chips, since nobody can get a chip in the middle group. Alrighty, now let's grab some chips. See what happens here in the top group. Bill Elliott already has 2 chips. See if he can get a third one here. First up is Terry Labonte, needs an 8. He doesn't get one. Bill needs a 10. He gets it with Snake Eyes. 3 chips. Elliot is looking awesome. Bill from Dawsonville is looking awesome. DW needs an 8. He gets a chip. Davey Allison needs a 10. He gets a chip. Dale Earnhardt needs an 8. He gets a chip. Ricky Rudd needs an 8. He gets a chip. And the last one is Mr. Morgan Shepherd needs a 7. And he doesn't get one. Now let's see if anybody can beat Terry out of the pits here. And Ricky Rudd does. Ricky gets him here on turn 37. Terry almost led 10 laps. He only led 9, almost got a chip there. This is Ricky Rudd's first time up front here on turn 37. All righty, go to turn 38. We got a top group of stars. Let's see if these stars can come through here. First up is Morgan. Takes a 6 to beat Ricky, and he has a chip. Oh, triple ones for Morgan. Ain't that a shame? The Woods brothers have a problem. Damn, ain't happy about that. See what kind of problem the Woods brothers have. 45. He has a radiator damage, and it's late in the race, so it'll take a 5 for him to stay in the race. He doesn't. Poor Morgan Shepherd and that radiator problem will finish 27th. Woods brothers up front looking good and has a problem near the end. Darn. Just hoping they get a good finish here. All righty. See who else. Here's Terry Labonte going after Ricky Rudd. A 1-6. Ricky uses his chip to hold him off. Here comes Mr. Earnhardt with a chip. 3-6. He doesn't need the chip. Earnhardt gets the lead for the first time here at Dover. On turn 38. Davey Allison with a chip. 4-5. He burns his chip and makes Earnhardt burn his to hold him off. Here comes DW with a chip. A 5-3. He'll need to use his chip. DW gets that Western Auto Park car up front. First time he's been up front all day. And here comes Awesome Bill from Dawsonville with 3 chips. Needs a... Wait a second. DW can't get the lead here. He don't have stars. Sorry about that. So I'll get their chips back here. Yeah, he don't have the star quality. So now it's Awesome Bill's turn. 1-5. And he gets it without using his chip. How about that? Bill Elliott up front with 3 chips. Sure. He's looking good here on turn 38, but anything can happen. All right, we go to turn 39. And we'll have a duel. It'll be the 2 cars, nowhere for Harry to go. So that's it for turn 39. On to turn 40. And we got a bottom group of star in the bottom group. First up is Jeffrey Bodine. And we got a 3-5-4. And he gets Alan Kowicki. How about that, going from 27th up to 17th? It's not been Alan's day, that's for sure. Rusty Wallace, who was up front for a while, see if he can get back up there with a 1-4-4. And he gets Bobby Hamilton, goes from 26th up to 15th. The King, like to see the King get back up there. A 4-4-6. And he gets Mikey, goes from 25th up to 14th. Well, Ernie Irvin in that 4 car, what can he do? A 2.54. And he gets old Rick Mass, Ernie, making a late charge here in this race. Hutch Strickland, haven't heard nothing out of him today. A 2.54. And Ernie doesn't stay there long. Hut gets that spot. And last one with star is Dale Jarrett in that 18 car with a 3.65. And he goes up 1 spot to 19th, knocks Greg Sachs back. So we go to turn number 41, 100 miles to go here at Dover. And we got a top group of trouble in the top group. So Bill needs a 10, not have to use one of those chips. And he makes it through. Earnhardt needs a 10. He makes it through. Oh, crap, we got to move people up here, don't we? Well, it'll be fine. We'll move these guys up now. Okay. So Mark Martin moves up. And let's see if Greg Sachs moves up. Yes, he does. Alrighty, so we left off with Mr. Waltrip. He made it through. Didn't need to use his chips. How about Davey? He needs a 10. Make it through. No, he needs a 7, sorry, to make it through. And he does. And Rudd needs a 9. He barely makes it through. Labonte needs an 11. He makes it through. Martin needs a 8, not to use his chip. And he makes it through. So good driving by these guys. No real wreck. They might have been all over the track, but nobody hit nothing. So we go on to turn number 42. And we got a middle group of trouble in the middle group. Monster Mal is not satisfied. He wants a wreck here. Takes an 11 for Mike Skinner. He makes it through. Musgrave needs a 9. He makes it through. Gant needs a 9. He doesn't make it through. Handsome Harry Gant is involved in the wreck. Sterling Marlin needs an 8. He makes it through. Hensley needs a 10. He barely makes it through with a 9. The King needs a 7. And the King doesn't make it through. The King's involved in the wreck. That's a shame. Rusty needs a 10. He makes it through. Hut needs a 5. I think that's a 5. And 11. He doesn't make it through. Jeffrey Bodine needs a 9. He makes it through. Chad Little needs a 5. He doesn't make it through. Jarrett needs a, what does Jarrett need here? He needs a 9. He doesn't make it through. If Greg Sachs is involved in this wreck, we go to the bottom group. And a 10. We're going to the bottom group. We got the big one. Monster Mal comes out and bites everybody in the butt here. So Dick Trickle, is he going to make it through with a 5? Yes, he does. How about Wally Dallenbach? Haven't talked about him today. A 7. Does he make it through? Yes, he does. Ernie Irvin. He make it through? Not with boxcars. He's not. How about Mr. Rick Mass in the 1 car with a 6? He makes it through. Here comes Michael Waltrip needing a 7. He doesn't make it through. Bobby Hamilton needs a 9. He makes it through. And Alan Colwicki needs a 9. And he makes it through. Sure. Quite a few cars involved in this wreck. 8 cars. And we are near the end of the race. So poor Mikey's going to need a 3 to stay in the race. And he doesn't. 30 car finished 26th. Who's next up here? Next up is Ernie Irvin. See if he can make it through. Ernie's going to need a 3 also. Ernie Irvin will finish 25th. Next up is Greg Sachs. He'll need a 4. He doesn't get it. Sachs will finish 24th in the 41. Dale Jarrett in that 18 car, can he make it through? He needs a 5 to stay in the race. He doesn't make it. The 18 car is out of the race. Chad Little needs a 3. Yeah, Chad Little needs a 3. He doesn't get it. The 9 car is out of the race. Hut Strickland, Hut. And he's not going to make it through with an 8. The 12 car finishes 21st. These cars are damaged pretty good here this time. How about the King? The King is going to need a 4 to stay in the race. And he doesn't get it with box cars, that's for sure. So Richard will finish 20th. And last one's Handsome Harry Gant. And he needs a 6 to stay in the race. And doesn't get it. So Gant in that 33 car finished 19th. And that'll probably cost him the points lead. He was our points leader going into this race. All righty. That takes us to turn 45. And we got a middle group of control and a problem. So first is control. Alan Kowicki's got control. 3, 4, 5. He gets Ricky Rudd. Goes up to the 5th. Next up is Rick Mass with a 4, 6, 3. And 4 doesn't work for him. How about Dick Trickle? Can he get out of this middle group? Not with a 6, he can't. Jeffrey Bodine, who led this race for a while, with a 5, 4, 5. Alan doesn't stay up there very long. Whoa. He gets dropped back down to 13th. Jeffrey Bodine moves up. Jimmy Hensley trying to get back up there with a 1, 5, 4. And Terry holds him off. How about Sterling Marlin? Can he get up there with a 2, 5, 5? He gets Terry Labonte. He goes from 10th up to 6th. Here's 2 guys with chips. See if they can move up here. First one's Ted Musgrave. Triple 1s. Ain't that a shame for Ted? Late in the race, running good. Has a problem. 32. Loose in the turn. He'll drop back to 18th. And he'll lose his chip. Here comes Mr. Skinner. See what happens with him here. A 3, 2, 6. So DW uses his chip and makes Skinner use his, but he will move up to 3rd. How about that, folks? Move everybody up here. Musgrave is back to 18th. And we got another problem. Let's see what other problem we got here. See who the problem is. Who has the problem child here? And that's 6 odd. There is no 6 odd driver. So We move on to turn 46. And we got a middle group of smart and a problem. Smart and a problem. These guys are having problems. Monster Mao is hard on cars. Here comes Ted Musgrave trying to get out of this middle group. Triples. Musgrave's is having all kinds of problems here. 26. Electrical problem. Sure, what kind of pick grade is he? He's an A. Take a 5 for him to stay in this race. He doesn't. Ted Musgrave will finish 18th in the 55 car. He's had quite a few problems here this afternoon late in the race. All righty. Who's the next one here with smart? That'll be Mr. Rudd. Ricky Rudd smart. With a 2-3-5. He gets Davey Allison. Or does he? Davey's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, Davey holds him off with that star quality. No, smart. He gets him. Sorry about that. Ricky Rudd does get him. With smart, not star. Here comes Wally Dallenbach. He got the smart quality. With a 3-1, that ain't going nowhere. Alan Kowicki with a shot to get back up to the top group. With a 5-2-3. And he gets Mike Skinner, goes from 12th up to 3rd. Taking him a while to get back up there, but Alan Kowicki's finding his way to the top. Here comes Rusty. It's been a while since he's been up there. And again, Rusty has another problem. Sure, this track is this hard on equipment. A 24. Tire rub, he'll drop back down to 17th. Rusty will. And last one that's smart is Mr. Terry Labonte. And a 5-1-4. And he gets Mr. Earnhardt and goes up to 2nd. Move everybody up here. And we still got another problem in this group. See who else has a problem. 42. And that's 4 even. Rick Mass has a problem. What kind of problems Rick have? 55. Odd problem unless he's an A or a B. He's not. And a 13 on the odd problem. Loose wheel. And he'll move back to 17th. All righty. Our final pit stop's the money stop of the race here. Turn 47. With your leader, Elliott, Labonte, 2nd, Kowicki, 3rd, Rudd, 4th, Jeffrey Bodine, 5th, Marlin, 6th, Martin, 7th, Darrell Waltrip, 8th, Earnhardt, 9th, and round out your top 10s, Hensley. Here's the final pit stop. And it'll just be TV drivers, and 4 and 6 switch spots. There is no 6 in the back group, so this is the top group. And here we go with TV drivers. Bill Elliott with a chance to get a 4th chip here. He needs a 10. And he gets it. Shoo. Elliott's looking good. Kowicki needs a 10. He gets it. Jeffrey Bodine needs a 7. He doesn't get it. DW needs an 8. He doesn't get it. Hensley needs a 6. He doesn't get it. Dallenbach needs a 6. He does get it. And the last one's Bobby Hamilton. He needs a 6. And he doesn't get it. So we'll move these guys up with chips. Alrighty, can anybody beat Bill out of the pits here? 5-2. Sterling tried to. One of Junior Johnson's cars tries to beat the other one out, but Bill will burn a chip. Turn 48. 3 turns to go here. Hey, Replay Gamer, how are you doing? Good. It's my favorite game, Replay Gamer. Yeah, I just ordered the 2022 season and ordered some of the freebie stuff while I was ordering it. So here we go with turn number 48. We got a top group of TV and a problem. So Jeffrey Bodine's up first. It'll take a 6 to beat Bill. And he does. Bill will have to burn one of his chips. And here comes Alan Kowicki. Again, it takes a 6. He doesn't, but he'll burn his chip and make Bill burn one of his. How quickly Bill went through these chips here. And now the problem in the top group. And it is Alan Kowicki. Geez, you Pete. I guess he tried too hard to get by him, burning that chip. Alan Kowicki's got a problem. A 34. He's tight on the track. He'll drop back to 17th. We'll see who moves up here. Darn, got loose going in that turn. Or tight going into that turn. First chance is Wally Dallenbach. And he doesn't move up. How about DW? DW moves up. 2 laps to go here at Dover. Let's see what happens on turn 49 here. It's a top group, control, and a problem. Versus control. It'll take a 6 to beat Bill. 5-3, nope. Jeffrey Bodine coming after him. 3-1, no. Sterling Marlin, his own teammate, coming after him. And he gets him, but Bill burns his chip. Ain't that crazy? All those chips, and they're all gone. Shoo. That is nuts. I thought for sure he had this race won. Here comes Ricky Rudd. 3-1, no. Texas Terry Labonte. And a 3-6. Terry gets the lead. Bill drops back to third. Wait 1 second. Bill does get another chip because he led 10 laps. So he's going to hold Terry off. But that ain't going to do him much good because here comes Mark Martin with a chip. And Mark will have to burn his chip. So Bill does lose the lead here on turn 49. He led 11 laps. Was looking good. Now we got a problem. Let's see who has the problem here in the top group. And that's Mark Martin. We rolled double 6s. Mark Martin has the problem. What kind of problem does he have? Sure. Bill's catching him all the breaks here, ain't he? He has a tire rub. He'll drop down to 17th. Bill must be beating and banging up there, not letting them by. And they're beating on him, and then they're cutting tires down. See if Bill can get the lead back here. And he does. Sure. This is crazy. Crazy race here. See if Wally can get up front here. And he does with a chip. Ain't that crazy? Wally Dallenbach in the top group with a chip. He has a shot at winning this race, folks, with that chip. All righty, here we go with the white flag, folks. The white flag is out. Here we go. Last lap. What's going to happen? Can Bill Elliott win this race? And it is a middle group of 4. That's TV drivers. Of course, nobody has double TV, so Bill will win this race. Alan Kowicki trying to move up again. Here we go. A 3-2-6. He gets Ricky Rudd and moves up to third. Now Bobby Hamilton trying to move up to the top group. Not with a 6, he's not. And last one's Jimmy Hensley trying to crack the top group. with a 2.25, and he knocks Alan Kulwicki out of the top 5. And Jimmy Hensley will finish 3rd. How about that, folks? How about that? Bill Elliott holds off and wins here at Dover. Sure, all the breaks that he could get near the end, he got. He burned a lot of chips. Then Mark Martin had that tire rub, and Bill Elliott is your winner. And Budweiser Ford here at the Budweiser 500 was the fix in. A lot of people's wondering, was the fix in. Elliott wins in the Ford. Finishing second is Mr. Terry Labonte in that 94 Oldsmobile. How about that? Nice run by Terry. He was up front all day in that Oldsmobile. And how about this? Finishing 3rd in that 66 Carroll Yarborough car, Jimmy Hensley. Give him some credit. Was up front all day, really. Can't say it was a fluke. Like I say, he ran up there all day. Sterling Marlin, nice day for Junior Johnson. Both cars in the top 5. Jeffrey Bodine found his way back up into the top 5 after being in the rear with the gear with that aggressive driving penalty. DW, first Chevy, finishing 6th. Top Chevy in the race. Wally Dallenbach with a nice run in that Keystone beer car. Give him credit. One of his best finishes, finishing in the top 10. Wally's had a tough year so far. Earnhardt, this might be Earnhardt's top finish. Finishing 8th. He hasn't had a very good year either so far. Alan Kulwicki was like a yo-yo back and forth near the end. He finishes in the top 10. How about Mike Skinner finishing in the top 10 in that 13 car? Good job by him. Dick Trickle in that Snickers car finishing 11th. And you got Bobby Hamilton finishing 12th. Oh, I'm glad you did, Replay Gamer. Thank you. Appreciate it. Davey Allison finishing 13th. Really wasn't much of a factor today, Davey wasn't. Rusty Wallace, the best Pontiac, finishing 14th. Again, he was up front for a while, then got stuck back in the pack. Rick Mass finishes 15th in that one car. Ricky Rudd, a little disappointing day. He was up front most of the day, finishes 16th. And Mark Martin went for the lead, cut a tire down, and finishes 17th. Definitely a disappointing day for Mark Martin. And that's your race, folks. Hope you all enjoyed it. I want to thank Replay Gamer, Alan Shaw, Hunter, Tim, Keith for showing up here at Dover, Delaware. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell for reminders. It was nice getting racing back here on the channel. And on your way out of Dover, hit that like button and leave any comments. Till next time, you all have a great time. You all take care.